Surfers, it's time to go behind the scenes of Disney's new movie from Pixar.
What's the first thing you ask your friends when you decide to go to a movie?
I don't know. What do you want to see?
Exactly. But what you should really ask them is, what do you want to see and hear? Because what you hear in a movie is just as important.
Let me guess. We're going to learn about the work that goes into the sound of a movie.
You got it.
In The Incredibles, every sound you hear has to be created from scratch in what they call a Foley session.
So I'm here at Skywalker Ranch with Ellen Hewer, who has created some of the sounds for the new movie, The Incredibles.
We're on a Foley stage, and what we do here is we rebuild the soundtrack in sync to the picture with props.
By using everyday things, the filmmakers can make many of the sounds in the movie. Ellen then let me hear one of her sound effects.
What we're going to show you is the scene where Elastigirl runs off into the sunset across this rooftop as she leaves Bob, and she's kind of showing off for him. So we're going to just stretch her across the horizon.
What Ellen did was make stretching sounds with a piece of rubber.
That's great. Do you get a kick out of it every time?
You can see we have some fun, yeah.
Then it was my turn. I got to provide footsteps for Edna Mode, who designs all of the superheroes' outfits and has a very distinctive walk.
Weren't you just in the news? Some show in Prague?
Milan, darling, Milan.
So what's going to
all
happen
nothing.
is you're going to get a streamer or a white. At the end of that white, there'll be a white line that goes across the screen. That's when your first footstep's going to come down.
Okay.
So that'll be your cue to start.
Okay.
And then just go as quick as you can.
Things are going quite well, quite well. No complaints. But spoiled, stupid little stick figures with poofy lips who think only about themselves.
That's good. Except for the laughter.
So what happens after a Foley session? Well, let's go talk to the sound designer to find out. Surfers, I'm here with Academy Award winner, Randy Tom. So what do you do for this film?
I'm the sound designer. It's my job to figure out what all the gadgets and vehicles and places sound like in the movie.
What are some of the differences between working on an animated film as opposed to like a live action movie?
In some ways, doing the sound for an animated film is harder than doing the sound for a live action movie. The live action movie, quite a few of the sounds that you hear in the movie get recorded when the actors are on the set.
That's it!
With an animated film, you have to invent every single sound that's heard in the movies.
Can you show us what you're working on right now?
Working on the velocipods in the sequence where the velocipods dash through the jungle. Several of the sounds that I'm using to make the sound of the velocipod come from Formula One race cars, which are...
Randy starts out with a race car sound, but then uses a reverb effect and changes its tone to make the sound like this.
A lot of what's called reverberation was added to it, which makes it a little echoey and more mysterious.
Thank you so much for teaching me all about sound effects. This has
You're
been
welcome.
a pleasure.
You can see and hear The Incredibles. Opening in theaters soon.
Oh, my back!